Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Caveman to Cosmos with me, Alpha Pi Omega and Byzantium. So as you can see, Constantinople is now the true megalopolis of the north, with population of 3, which means that we have not 150, not 200, but 250 people living in our city, which is amazing. As you can see, we are also working on 3 tiles now. I was expecting them to go for the mushroom gatherer, but the AI decided that we are going to collect the deer. So, fine by me, I have no problem with that. And we also, in the meantime, managed to get a couple of extra things that I would like to show you. Now, first of all, we actually managed to transport, what is it called, Puff Adder into the city, so we now have additional folklore, and I went through our animals and found out that we can use them to create a military standard animal mascot. I think we used one of the wolves for that, probably, and we also used one of the foxes to create unit reward dance fox, which gives us extra culture and extra growth of the great person. So we now get +3, which is pretty good, it will take 1425 turns to get our first great person, but okay, it's in 793 years, 78,275 BC, so we can wait additional, 50,000 years. It's fine, no biggie. So our city is doing pretty good, as you can see, and we're going to get additional growth in 260 turns. But right now, we are going to get cooking. So let's enjoy the benefits of our endeavors and cook.
So long as you have food in your mouth, you have solved all questions for the time being.
Oh, that's true. That is so true. What's better than food? Oh, sex. And I guess good tea. But not that many things are better than good food. Anyway, we get +1 health in all cities, and additional bonuses for other buildings like Carrion Gatherer, Earthworm Gatherer, Snail Gatherer, Nest Thief, and Tidepool Scavenger. If you remember, I didn't point that out, but we have 32 health in our city, so we can check how much this is going to give us. And we're getting additional 1 food from Wild Herbs Gatherer, which is pretty interesting. Reveals to us lard and raw meat, and leads to drying and fire making. So this is the first building that I can think of that actually gives growth connected malices. So we will get pest ants, which increases unhappiness and spoils some of the food if any of our city reaches size of at least 2. So ants will come in and start eating our food, unfortunately. And we're also going to get pests flies, which increases unhappiness, sickness, and spoil more food. But this requires fertilizers or raw fish or raw meat. Okay, I think that the butchery gives raw meat, right? Yeah. Okay, so once we build the butchery, we're going to get additional malice from pests, flies, and there's nothing we can do with it. It gets obsolete with environmental economics, same as the ants. And there's pests, termites, which increases unhappiness, lowers our production by 2%, and gold income by 1%. This requires prime timber or wood in the city, and city size of at least 5. Okay. And the buildings that we get are as follows. Butchery, I already mentioned that one in regards to the ants. It increases our food and produces raw meat, and it gives additional bonuses with cow, pig, sheep, deer, and poultry. So actually we should get +3 from this one. That's pretty good. Oh, but it requires slaughterhouse, which is this, I believe. Okay, slaughterhouse requires storage pit or granary or modern granary or barter post or trading post or shopping district. Well, we get the storage pit, so we should be able to build the slaughterhouse, and requires poultry or carcass or pelts. We get poultry, so this should be available to us, and then we will be able to build the butchery. Additionally, we can build a dining hall, which is an amazing building, but I guess people did meet in dining halls, so giving it +1 culture and +2 food is pretty good. Extra health. Requires storage pit, we got that. Simple woodworking, okay, we don't have that technology yet. And bamboo or wood, we get bamboo, so that's pretty good. And A lichen burner. +1 health, +1 culture, +1 flammability. Requires lichen gatherer, we got that. Requires taiga or tundra or ice in the vicinity. Okay, so that's a northern technology, we can build that. I actually like that you get like regional specific buildings, that is amazing. So improvements lard and raw meat, okay, that's fine, and leads to drying and fire making. So let's see the big picture regarding the technologies. Now I gave this a lot of thought, there is so many things that we want. But one good person in the comments pointed out that scrapping, chopping, and piercing gives us bonuses in research through the stone tool maker. So I think that what we're going to do here is we're going to go with scrapping first, because that increases the speed in which we build improvements, and then go with bark working, because that one gives us bark gatherer, extra production, and it gives us housing bark huts, which is additional production and gold. It will obsolete the cave dwelling and housing homeless and housing lean-tos, so we are going to lose those, but our people are going to move into fashionable bark huts, and it reveals bark. What we're gonna do after that, I'm not entirely sure at this point. I'll have to investigate a bit more. Oh, okay, Slinger is lost in the swamp. And let's check the stats. So we get the Minga research. Yeah, look at that, 41. Jesus, that jumped up significantly. Did we get the pests? Do we have the pests? We do. Ants. Ants are here, increasing unhealth. I actually like ants, but you know, having them at home is no fun. Okay, and what can we build here? Yes, we can build the slaughterhouse. So let's build the slaughterhouse. And once that is done, we are going to be able to build the butchery. And the butcher will give us additional food production. So I'm interested in seeing how that's going to go. We'll check it out in the update that's going to come next. So see you folks there. Welcome to the future. The year is 73,670 BC. And we are about to get scrapping. But before we do, the horrifying news first. Neanderthals now have spears. I don't think we see any of them anywhere at this point, but a bunch of them were working around, and one of them actually attacked our city. Now what happened here is that they attacked this slinger first, and after it withdrew from the combat, we killed the wounded unit using this slinger. But you can see that the fight was horrifying for all sides. These guys are very close to getting another level, though. These guys, not so much. But yeah, we were victorious this time, but I'm not sure how long our luck will hold. What I want to mention though is that this tracker is amazing. It has 75.4 experience at this point. It has a combat for Hunter 1, Woodsman 1, and I had the ability to give it extra speed, so I did, and it also has the Might 1. So instead of combat 5, we gave it an extra movement point, which is just great because it allows us to move 2 tiles instead of 1. This chaser is going to have a lucky day hunting these bisons or whatever they are, aurochs I think they call them. Come on, finish them off. Nice, 6 food and 2 production to Constantinople. And as you can see, we have additional Neanderthal Tracker because we were able to capture one of the slingers that attacked us before. And I found out that I can get another one from one of the prisoners that we had in the city. So I think that the amount of trackers that you can get is linked to the size of the city. I don't think we can turn anyone here into something else. No. This one... wait, this one. We'll have to... Yeah, it's a military captive. I don't know if we can ever do something with it. We could use it to hurry production, but, you know, we don't need that right now. But we now have 3 Neanderthal Trackers, 2 brand new ones and 1 super experienced. So I'm hoping that's going to be very beneficial to us in the long run. Now, as far as the city goes, we did what we decided we will. We get the butchery, which is actually giving us 2, as was predicted. It's only counting the deer. Actually, why... Why are you doing this? Okay, now you're... Damn it. Okay, now you are using that. So we get the deer, the wheat, and the barley, and we're not using the tile with the poultry, so we don't have it in active map bonuses. But I think that the next one will... Oh, actually, that might go with the mushrooms. Either one, the 4th or the 5th, is going to use the poultry, at which point the butchery is going to give us +3 instead of +2. And we also got the... What was it called? Smokehouse? No, it was... that was the butchery. What was the other building? Well, we got it anyway. I'm not sure which one it was. It was also a food one. But... oh, slaughterhouse. Here it is. So it's giving us 1 health, 1 food, and 2.5 gold. So you can see that we're right now getting 31.35 research, but that's because, you know, we get the meager research done. So after we are done with scrapping, we will see what else is there, or, you know, if we can build something actually.
The preparation of animal hides by traditional populations in Ethiopia, Alaska, and Canada today show that it can take 8 hours to scrape a single hide.
It is amazing. So workers build improvements faster. We get stone tool maker 1 and wheat to... Oh, no units. Really? Oh, that's right. This one doesn't give us anything. It's the bark working, isn't it? Ah, yeah, I forgot that scraping doesn't give us anything. Anyway, you can see that I shadowed a couple of other technologies. So after we're done with the bark working, we are going to go straight to skinning, because that one is going to give us skinner, which requires carcass. I think we got carcasses, and it will give us animal hide tents, reveals furs and hides, and we can get the furrier if we have... Okay, pelts. I'm not sure if we get pelts. But after we're done with skinning, we are going to go back to chopping, which is going to give us shock 2, and then carving. Carving will give us excrement holes, which sounds disgusting, but actually you need those. I mean, it's a human need. So we're going to get 1 extra health and -2 disease from that. Plus we get the jade carver if we ever get jade. And pit traps, which is what I want. Pit traps actually increase your defense of the city by 5%. So that is good. We can take the malice of 1 unhappiness and 1 unhealthiness. 5% will, you know, can be the difference between survival and death. And also we can get tree carvings. So across jungle or forest, we have that. So we'll get tree carving. Then we're going to go with trapping. Trapping give you animal snare traps, which gives you bonus with deer and beavers. A whole lot of traps, which I'm not sure how that works. Trap beaver, I guess these are just regular buildings. Trapping, sea otter, rabbit, raccoon. Beavers in the city and city vicinity. I got that, but how are you going to get, for example, mink? Is that a really thing? Or foxes? Animals. Well, we're gonna see what we can build out of that. After that, we are going to go for what is number 6? Wait, is this number 6? No, traffic. Ah, piercing is gonna come next. Okay, so sorry, I'm taking it back. So bark working, skinning, then chopping, then carving, then trapping, because I want that animal snare traps. Then we're going to go with piercing, that gives us additional bonus to research. And then we're going to go with sharpening, which will allow us to get spiked clubman, which is a good upgrade to our current defensive units in the cities. And it gives us additional 25% boost to building improvements. And the next thing we're going to go with is the simple woodworking. The reason for simple woodworking and why I want it is that it gives us the wood spearman. I shadowed that right after I saw what they're coming at us with. And unfortunately, we'll need that. About this we already could get, but the dining hall is allowed by this building. We saw that we need woodworking, so it's going to be good. It also allows to get lacquerware maker, which I'm not sure. Well, we get the storage bit. Requires adhesives. I know. Okay, that's here. Okay, adhesives, resin, is that? Grow resin in the city and city vicinity are manufactured locally. I don't know if we can get resin somewhere. And prime timber or wood. What do we have? Smokehouse, that's a pretty good. We got wood and drying, that's fine. Storage pit and raw meat. So smokehouse could happen. That's the first building that I see that gives air pollution actually. Woodwind instrument maker. That is pretty nice. That's another one like the percussion instrument maker. Snake charmer and mapping wire compound. Okay, whatever that is. And then we're gonna decide what we're gonna go with next. I'm thinking that we might go with sewing. That gives seamstress and a laundry hut, which is pretty good. And then trap fishing. By that time we might have some usage for it actually, because I'm not sure. Maybe we're gonna skip this entirely until we get something near the sea. Fire making is pretty good. Raft building, composite tools. I like those because they give you stone maceman, and I think this one doesn't need anything, so that's another upgrade to. Well, it's a different line than the wood spearman. I think there's a difference between them. You get bonus versus mounted and wild animals, while this guy I think gets bonus against barbarians. No, it gives bonus against city attack and melee. Okay, so it's good to have both, quite honestly, in the city. Then there's natural pathy, theft. Great. How awesome. Conduct, enforcers, crime fighting, crime mugging above 350 damn. Okay, that starts to be really bad. But hopefully we'll never see that happen. But things can get out of hand pretty quickly. Games, carpentry, woodworking. Yeah, we'll see about the other ones. So for now we're just chewing here. You get nothing really. So we're just gonna keep the meager research on. In 28 turns we are going to get additional technology. So I guess you're just gonna travel. And you can attack this pack of... Wait, hawk? No, won't move on, but it claimed there was a hawk there. I don't know why. Maybe it's hiding behind the Mufflons. And you can go here. Okay, so I guess I'll see you in 28 turns. Is there a spear guy? Yeah, wood spearman. Okay, here you see them. Bastards, they're really dangerous. So it's... Oh, great, and... Wow, who's this? Stone Spearman, Sitting Bull. Okay, Native Americans are obviously a bit ahead of us in the technology department. Damn it. Behold, the lone tracker in the middle of a lush forest. Anyway, we are one turn away from bark working, so let's do that. But before we go, I wanted to show you our best Neanderthal Tracker. They gained another level, but instead of giving them extra strength, because I really don't think they need it, quite honestly these guys can beat a cave lion, I decided to give them a Hawkeye. Hawkeye is on the Hawkeye promotion line and gives you 1 spotting. Now I never really paid much attention to this, but someone mentioned in the comments a pretty interesting thing, that when we had the subdued wolves with us, they uncovered additional animals, barbarian type things around us, and if anything, I think it's the spotting. There were another couple of traits that we could use. There was Shroud, which I believe hides you from the enemy, and there was also one more which is called, I think, Sight, which in my opinion increases the distance at which you can see. But spotting should allow us to see more animals. Actually, I can't really test it in some empirical way, but I think it's working because we have been murdering animals with this unit left and right. So they are just in a bit of a barren area, but we got bunch of things killed, and I think I can see the best way here. When we left off, I think that was like something like 260 turns. Now we're down to 191. Maybe it wasn't that big of a difference, but we did at least 3 to 4 extra food every turn since I left you guys, so that's pretty good. Now let's do the bark working, because I'm kind of interested in seeing what it's going to bring to us, and I'm kind of bored of having meager research there all the time. The greatest civilization, Ben Gurion the Glorious, Sitting Bull the Fine, Basil the Pathetic. So we are the 6th greatest civilization in the world. I think the greatest civilization, or the largest, okay, the largest civilization. So Israel is bigger. So they probably have population of 4. Sitting Bull, that's Native America, is also bigger. So 5 civilizations are larger than us. Well, good to know that we are not the best.
The oldest known sandals, and the oldest known footwear of any type, were discovered in Fort Rock Cave in the U.S. state of Oregon. Radiocarbon dating of the sagebrush bark from which they were woven indicates an age of at least 10,000 years.
Bark sandals, huh? It's interesting. Anyway, as we discussed before, bark working should give us a bark gatherer, which provides us with bark, and also housing bark huts, which replaces housing animal burrows, cave dwelling, and homeless dwelling, and lean-tos. Okay. And gives us improvements bark and leads to other technologies that are fun. So did we get the bark housing? No, we still have homeless, lean-tos, tree hollows. So I think we need to build the bark gatherer first. And once we have the bark, they are going to eliminate this. So homeless gives us nothing. Lean-tos give us unhealthiness, so that's good to go away. I think tree hollow as well, and cave dwelling is going to be removed. So wait, cave dwelling gives us 2 and 1. And this new kind of housing gives us what? Let's see. Bark working. Here it is. Shelter building. No. Bark. Where is it? No, that's bark gather. Bark working. Obsoletes. Housing animal burrows. Wait, game. Come on. You have to show me. You have to show me. Here it is. Okay, so it gives additional production. Okay, so we're going to get additional 1 industrial production from it. Good, so that is some sort of progression after a while. Auros, huh? I think you guys are up to the task. You can see that our 2 new additions to tracking are already at level 2 combat, which is pretty good for them. So that fight really seemed like it didn't go our way that much. No, it was, okay, a bit more dramatic than it actually was. 2.23 out of 10, so we're going to get that extra point in strength very soon. That's good. You can go over here. Okay, we're clearing out these dark spots on the map. I'm actually really liking the way it's done. We have this fertile spot in the north where our civilizations are located. Then we got a huge barren land, and then we got the desert in which you can see Thebes, but they got stone. No, actually they got marble, llamas, and stone, and donkeys. Okay, so they are doing pretty good. Plus they got caves, so not very much food around here, but having marble and stone at one spot is magnificent. They will be impenetrable, especially because it's a desert, so anyone that's gonna try to attack them is gonna have such a hard spot, and I expect them that they will move to here where they can get kangaroos and prepare. Yeah, well, not that much. Did I miss anything? No. Llamas. That will be fun. Some camels here. It's a really interesting thing. Oh, we found more copper down here. Okay. So the game really has a certain strategic value to it. Damn. I'm freaking out. Wait, how can we see you? I didn't know that we could see you. Oh, I guess we got spies on them. Okay, so what do you have? 2 units of deer. You got horses. Them are gonna be terrifying when we get mounted. Cocoa, figs, stone as well. You got some rice and parrots. And there's gold. Damn, you have a good position. Jesus, I'm so envious. And this guy started on stone, squash, copper ore, tea. Well, I mean, we got a lot of food, but we're lacking anything else. This is just... God damn it. Well, we're not having any problems now, but eventually we're gonna be paying for this. I can swear to God. Okay, and you are transporting subdued mouflon. Okay. I'm gonna send you against this... What is it? Is that a moose? I think it's a moose. Okay. So we're gonna go over there and I'm gonna go after this moose. Maybe we can subdue it. Did we? Nope. But we killed it. That's good in its own right. Let's protect you using the chasers. You guys are gonna go here. And you guys are gonna heal. Okay, and this is scary. Wood spearman and clubman. Yeah, we're going to avoid them like the plague, and then you're gonna go to the north. Okay, and on that note, I'm gonna end the episode here. We haven't done so much. We got a couple of technologies, but I think we're well on our way to becoming a local powerhouse. Now, our city is growing like crazy. With these boosts to research, we're going to be doing much better eventually. Skinning is going to bring a lot of stuff to us. Hopefully, we'll be able to utilize at least some of it. Then carving. Trapping I'm looking forward to, but I just want to get these basic technologies done. And we are going to then... Well, these things all bring some certain malices, but thinking about it, I really am happy with the way our city is looking. If you imagine being here, it's so good. I like the ambience of the game. We got bar gatherers, we got people doing the bathing rituals, basket making, we got the childcare hut and childbirth hut, we got the other council ruling the city, we got the fire pit where people can get warm. Grain is being gathered, grass is being gathered. We have a lookout post to protect us against our enemies. We got a percussion instrument maker, so everyone is playing some kind of drums or weird drum-like things. We have a rope bridge that we are hiding behind. We have the storage pit and the storyteller, telling beautiful stories of ancient times. Though I'm not really sure how well he can do it at this point. We get a weed gatherer, a wild herbs gatherer, we get the weaver and tuber gatherer. So, we have a lively city of 250 people, which is just amazing. And the next one, I believe, might bring us either to 500 or 1,000, which is going to be really interesting. But we're going to have to wait about 180 turns for that. In the meantime, we are going to keep, improving our proficiency with various tools and exploring the world and hunting animals. I think we're doing pretty good in that regard. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for all the positive comments. Thank you for all the likes. And I'll see you in the next episode tomorrow.